Hello my dear friends, welcome to the YouTube channel Math Skill. Let's learn mathematics together. The aim of this channel is to help students overcome the fear of math by learning the concepts clearly. In this session, let's discuss about the chapter quadratic equations, and the numerical what we are going to solve is the sum of areas of two squares is 468 meter square. If the difference of their perimeters is 24 meter, find the sides of the two squares. This numerical is a part of CBSE as well as NCERT for 10th standard mathematics. I am your trainer Venkatesh K. Now let us see how to solve the problem. I have noted down the problem wherein the expectation is we will have to find the sides of the two squares such that the sum of the areas of the two squares is 468 meter square and the difference of their perimeters is 24 meter. Satisfying these conditions, we will have to build a quadratic equation and then solve the quadratic equation to find the length of the sides of both the squares. Generally, square is represented like this with side being represented as A, wherein the properties of a square is that all the sides are of equal length and the internal angles are 90 degrees, that is right angles. So here the length of side is taken as A units. Now there are two formulae what we have to understand related to a square, that is the perimeter and also area. Perimeter of the square is 4A units and the area of the square is A square. Now let us see how to apply this formula and then solve this problem. So for this, let us assume the sides of two squares to be x and y units or y meters such that x is greater than y. That is, let the two squares be square number 1 and also square number 2 such that the length of a side of square 1 is x units and of square 2 is to be y meters. So as we had seen earlier, there are two formula what we have to remember related to the perimeter and also area. Now let us apply those formula to both the squares, that is perimeter of square 1 is 4x meters. Perimeter P1 of first square is 4x meters and area of the first square is x square. Like a square it is x square. So similarly perimeter P2 of the second square is 4y so many meters and area A2 is y square. So here we have applied perimeter and area formula to both the squares. Now let us note down the given condition. So he says the sum of the areas of the two squares is 468 meter square. So here we have assumed two squares to be square number 1 and square number 2. So we have just now seen how to find the area of these squares. That is, he says sum of the areas of the two squares is 468 meter square. That is A1 plus A2 is equal to area of square 1, that is A1, plus area of square 2, that is A2, equals 468 meter square, that is 468 meter square. So A1 we have already noted down the formula which is square of side x meters, therefore A1 is x square plus y square is equal to 468. Now let us apply the second condition. So let us call this as condition number 1. Let us now note down the second condition which is related to the perimeter difference, that is perimeter of square 1 which is P1 minus perimeter of the square 2 P2 which is equal to 24 meters, that is equal to 24 meter. So perimeter we have already seen the formula which is 4 times the length of the side, that is P1 for square 1 is 4 into x, as we had seen just now. 4x minus 4y is equal to 24. So perimeter of square 1 is 4x, perimeter of square 2 is 4y, which is equal to 24 meter, which is given here. That is, if we take 4 common from LHS, 4 into x minus y is equal to 24. On division by 4 on both LHS as well as RHS, x minus 5, x minus y is equal to 6. So dividing by 4 on both sides, 4 will get cancelled, and here 24 by 4 is 6. That is, x minus y is equal to 6, or upon transpose of y towards RHS, minus y would become plus y. That is, x is equal to 6 plus y, or y plus 6. That is what we have got here. Now let us substitute this x is equal to y plus 6 in the equation number 1. That is, equation 1 implies, so x is equal to y plus 6. What we will do, we will use this condition what we have just now got and substitute in equation 1. So equation 1 implies, equation 1 is x square plus y square is equal to 468. Now let us substitute x is equal to y plus 6. That is, y plus 6 whole square plus y square is equal to 468. But here we see that it is looking like a plus b whole square. So we know a formula a plus b whole square, which is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So here wherever there is y, there is a in the formula. Wherever there is 6, there is b in the formula. That is, on comparing both, we see that a is equal to y and b is equal to 6. Therefore, so let us replace this whole square term with the 3 terms a square plus b square plus 2ab in the simplification. Now let us see how to do that. That is, y plus 6 whole square is replaced by y square plus 6 square. That is, a square plus b square plus 2 into y into 6. That is 2ab term plus y square is equal to 468 as it is. Now we see that y square and y square we have 2 terms. So 2y square plus 2 6 are 12y plus 6 square is 36 is equal to 468. Now let us transpose plus 468 towards LHS, which means it will become minus 468. Therefore 2y square plus, let's rearrange the terms also, plus 12y plus 36 minus 468. So plus 468 upon transpose has become minus 468. Now let us simplify these two terms. That is, 2y square plus 12y minus 432 equals 0. So minus 468 plus 36 would be minus 432. So now we see that all the terms contain 2 as a common factor. Let us take 2 as a common factor here. So 2 into y square plus 6y minus 216 is equal to 0. Now let us divide by 2 on both LHS as well as RHS. So upon dividing, so 2 here and the number getting divided will both get cancelled, is equal to 0 divided by 2 or 0. That is, here we would get y square plus 6y minus 216 is equal to 0. Now this equation cannot be simplified further as it contains all 3 terms as unlike terms. That is, the first term contains y square term, second term is a y term, and third term is a constant term. Because they are unlike, they cannot be added or subtracted. So this looks like the standard form of a quadratic equation. That is, ay square plus by plus c equals 0. So on comparing both the equations, that is the simplified equation and the standard form, we see that both the equations contain first term as a y square term, second term as a y term, and third term is a constant term. That is, both equations look similar. Therefore, we can start the factorization or completing squares method or any other method which we are comfortable to find the value of the variable y here. Now let us apply the factorization method. So to start the factorization, we will have to multiply first term and the last term here, that is y square with plus sign multiplied by minus 216 is what is to be done. That is, Upon multiplication of the selected factors, we should get y square multiplied by minus 216 is minus 216 y square. Also, the second condition what we have to satisfy is related to the middle term, that is upon addition or subtraction we have to get plus 6y here. Okay, now since 216 is a bit bigger number, now what we will do is we will apply prime factorization for 216, that is upon doing prime factorization of 216 we see that 2 is available 3 times and 3 is available 3 times. Let us note down the prime factors first, that is 216 is equal to 2 multiplied by 3 times and 3 multiplied by 3 times. Now these prime factors have to be rearranged and multiplied to get two factors which will be upon adding or subtracting we have to get plus 6. That is, let us see if the prime factors are multiplied like this, that is 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12 and 3 3s are 9 multiplied by 2, that is 18. So 18 and 12 if added or subtracted we would be getting 6, that is 18 minus 12 is 6. Therefore, let us take the prime factors as 12 by 18. Because we want plus 6y here, let us take plus 18y minus 12y. So plus 18y and minus 12y are selected here. And also let us verify the first condition, that is upon multiplication we should get minus 216y square, that is plus 18y into minus 12y. So plus into minus is minus, 12 18s are 216 and y into y is y square. Therefore, let us apply this particular factors, that is let us split the middle term here what we have plus 6y as plus 18y and minus 12y, that is y square plus 18y minus 12y minus 216 is equal to 0. Now let us take the common factor between the first two terms and also the common factor between the last two terms. So here we see that out of y square and 18y, y is common. So let's take that y as a common, and also here out of the third and the fourth term let us take minus 12 common. So if you take minus 12 common, then we are left with y plus 18 equals 0. So now we see that y plus 18 and y plus 18 is common between the two terms. If you take y plus 18 common, again we would be left with y and also minus 12. Now let us see that. That is y plus 18 is taken common. Now y is left minus 12 is left is equal to 0. So multiplication of two terms is equal to 0. Therefore, either y plus 18 is equal to 0 or y minus 12 equals 0. Upon opening brackets, we would be getting y plus 18 equals 0 or y minus 12 equals 0. Upon transpose, y is equal to either minus 18 or y is equal to plus 12. So y is equal to minus 18 and y is equal to 12 are the required answers, that is length of side of square 2. So since it is length of side, so y is equal to minus 18 cannot be considered, as dimensions of a square cannot be in negative. Therefore, y is equal to minus 18 is neglected, whereas y is equal to plus 12 meters is considered. Therefore, the square 2 is of the side 12 meters length. Also, now let us try to find out the length of side of square 1, that is x. We know that x is equal to y plus. So we had built this condition earlier, that is x is equal to y plus 6. Therefore, y we have found out to be 12. Therefore, x is equal to 12 plus 6 or x is equal to 18. The required squares are, first square is of length 18 meters, that is side of length 18 meters, and the square 2 is of side of length 12 meters, wherein x and y are dimensions in meters. These are the required two squares. Thanks for watching the video. Take care.